Earlier this week, the May-June schedule came out, and I'm scheduled to speak in the last meeting of June. So I'm already organized about what to do and how to prepare. This Toastmaster tip is, will explain to you how I prepare for my speeches, and maybe that will help you prepare your speeches in the future. So what I do to prepare for my speech when I finally decide upon a topic is I sit down at my desk and I write out the speech, and I write it as if I'm writing an essay. So I'm going to write it as if I'm going to hand it to you to read, or if I'm going to stand behind the podium with teleprompters and speak it just as if I'm reading it written down on the paper. But that's really not a very exciting way for me to present it to you. So what I do from there is then I reverse engineer it, and I take it apart from that written speech into points that I can highlight in my mind, and then present it to you maybe in a more exciting fashion. So I'll take the final speech, and I'll break it into the three main subjects that are within the speech. And from within that, I'll pick out a couple of words that will remind me of what that main subject is about. So if I'm writing a speech about how to train for a 5K, it may have 3 paragraphs or 3 main subjects of how to select shoes, how to build your endurance, and what kind of nutrition to have for that race. And from that little section, I'll find 2 or 3 words that will remind me as I'm presenting the speech of what that topic is really about, what that section is about. Because I'm not an actor, I can't take that written speech and memorize it word for word. So if I can key in on just a couple of important words within that topic of the speech, then it will help me remember the flow of the speech and how the speech is presented. So if I gave that speech to you today, it may have the 3 main topics will all be the same: what shoes to pick out, how to build your endurance, and what nutrition. But the exact words that I use will be different from the next time I give it, because I'm not memorizing the speech. All I'm doing is memorizing the main points. That's a great help for me. It's always been the way that I can write the speech. I think I can get my thoughts out real well, and then from that break it down into just key words or key topics, and then key words that will help me remind me of those topics. And that's my Toastmasters tip.